All right, we now welcome onto the program, good friend of the show. He was actually our first ever NFL guest, New York Giants fullback Shane Smith. How you doing, Shane?
Hey, I'm doing good. Glad to be back on the show.
Yeah, man, we appreciate it. You've done a lot for us. So before we get started, we're recording this before the Jags game, and the episode will release afterwards. So we'll just do a little bit of hypothetical how the game go. Man, that was a pretty good win by you guys. I definitely liked when you laid out Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, man. Yeah, feels good. It feels good.
All right, let's jump into it. So you've got to work with Pat Shurmur, since the last time we've talked. You finished camp. What's the newest thing? Like, what's new with Pat Shurmur compared to last year and then your college days?
I think Shurmur is he's really personable. You can have lunch with him or just talk to him in the hallway or really just anything and just talk to him and have a normal conversation, just man to man about anything. And I think a lot of coaches lose that. They try to be this, head figure where they're kind of can't really talk to him about things. And Shurmur's completely opposite. He's just really down to earth, and I think the best way to describe it is he gets it. He understands from a player's perspective what we're going through. All the stuff we put our bodies through, and how much of a grind playing football really is. And he treats us accordingly, and I think that's why a lot of players respect him.
Definitely. Yeah, and so I think everybody expects you to be more involved, because of Pat Shurmur's history with the fullback position. What are maybe some new things that he might be having you do?
Well, without saying too much and giving away too much of our scheme, the one thing about Shurmur is that he really just doesn't really care who's out on the field and where they are in the field as long as you know what you're doing. So he doesn't care that I play fullback. He'll line me up a tight end or in the slot or out wide even or at halfback. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we're in 21 personnel, 12, 11, 22, whatever it is. If you play the F position, which fullback plays the F, but if it's 11 personnel, now a slot receiver plays the F. He doesn't care if that's me or someone else. He'll still run the same plays. So you got to be extremely versatile in his offense, and I think that's why we're going to have a lot of success because you can't. It's hard to game plan for that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know and noticed in the preseason sometimes you're lined up out wide or in the tight spot. That being said, when are the Giants going to change you from a tight end to a fullback on their official roster, man?
Oh, man, I think they did. I think technically I'm listed as a running back now. Because I know last year, for whatever reason, McAdoo wanted me listed as a tight end. I really don't know why he wanted that. I never got an answer. At the same time, I didn't ask any questions. But, this year, I do believe I am listed as a running back. Okay.
I maybe checked a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, damn, man. They keep sizing Shane and got him listed as a tight end.
No, because the official 53-man roster came out, what was it, Saturday or Sunday, and they have me under the running back, so yeah.
Okay. So speaking of running backs, obviously you guys drafted Saquon. There's a lot of expectations with him, but he's never really played behind a fullback, and he's talked about that. What are some things that you guys might communicate toward, with each other on, how to work together better?
Yeah. We sit right next to each other in meeting rooms and stuff. So he's always constantly asking questions. If I press this side and you're going at someone, how does that help you? Or how does my running style affect your blocking? He's constantly asking questions, and that's what I like. If you have a really good running back who knows how to utilize a fullback, it makes the blocking a lot easier. People think just run behind him or whatever. It's so much more complicated than that, because if you have a good runner as a fullback, your angles are going to be different attacking that defensive guy. Your leverage, whether you're going to go to the left of him, to the right of him, your hat placement, and he's really good at it. He's watched a bunch of film, of Adrian Peterson or whatever, and I think he'll do just fine.
Yeah, how has he been as we haven't got to see him a lot from preseason from him, but how has he been as a teammate? Is he a kind of guy that answers your phone calls all the time? Or?
Oh, absolutely. No, he's honestly a great guy. A lot of these big-time stars are kind of big-headed and kind of full of themselves or whatever, but no, he's very humble and he's very down to earth. He understands, he hasn't technically played any snaps in the NFL yet, and he has to earn it. And he totally gets it. So he's a great teammate, a great guy.
All right, man, that's good. That was the answer I was looking for, and it leads me to my next question. You want to give Saquon a call and see if he wants to come on Simple Man Radio?
I'll ask him, but I don't know. His price tag's pretty high, to get him to do stuff. So I don't know.
All right. As long as you give him a hard time about that ESPN The Body magazine.
Oh yeah. Everyone has already.
All right. So obviously you're better known this year. You're going into your second year. But let me go back actually a little bit. Cut day was just the other day. What do you guys do on that day? And then what are the range of emotions? From whether being worried about your own spot or people you've gained friendships with, and you're seeing news that they're no longer on the team.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a mix of emotions. And before I say what I did this year, I'll go back to last year as a rookie. Trying to make the team as a fullback and special teamer on a team that didn't even carry a fullback the year before. So, I was just in the hotel and I was really worried, did I do enough? Or I should have done this, should have done that. You always just have that self-doubt, second guessing yourself. But, it worked out last year, obviously. But this year, I was really confident. Obviously, I was the only fullback. And I had a really good spring, I had a really good fall camp. I felt like the coaches really liked me. So, I moved out of the hotel, moved into an apartment, and I was feeling good. Hoping that they didn't change their minds or anything like that, and then I have to, cancel my apartment. But it is a mix of emotions, though, because you do create a lot of relationships with other guys on the team, and the next thing you know, they're gone. And, it's sad, but it's just everyone understands. It's just the business that we're in. Definitely.
So, like I was saying before, you're a lot better known by the Giants fan base now going into your second year, and especially everybody knowing that, the Giants are going to use a fullback more often. That being said, what is maybe the most annoying question you might get from the media, or from maybe fans chirping you on Twitter? Is there ever, I know you don't reply, but is there what's the thing that might bug you the most?
I don't really let any of that stuff kind of get to me. The biggest thing that bothers me is when people who don't really know anything about football start talking about football and the use of a fullback and the running game and stuff. And sometimes I really want to reply and be like, oh, so where'd you play college football, or where'd you coach at? They have no history playing football or anything like that. I can't even give you any specific examples because I just let them go all the time. I never replied, but just that's probably my biggest pet peeve is just when people just blatantly don't know that much about football and they're out there talking smack to guys and just unnecessary stuff.
Yeah, I think even as obviously I played college football, nothing big time, but I definitely I can only watch football with maybe 2 or 3 people because I just can't stand everybody's stupid opinions. Super Bowl parties are my worst enemy because
oh, absolutely.
You got all the people who don't watch football all year, and now they're telling you what's what. And
yeah, no, I think the perfect example of it is say a quarterback has a rough day. He was his completion percentage was 50%, but from the fans' perspective, they think, oh, the quarterback sucked. But in reality, maybe he had 30 passes that game and he was only 15 completions. In reality, maybe 5 or 6 of those, the receivers ran a bad route and messed up the timing or something, and that's 100% on the receivers. But now the quarterback's taking the blame, and the fans don't know that. But from someone who understands football, you can see okay, that's not the quarterback's fault. That play, he's throwing it where the receiver's supposed to be. The receiver's not there. So, it's just stuff like that fans don't really know and they don't really understand.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of fans as well, I know you do Cameo videos, and then, anybody that's listening, they could book Shane for a video. But how weird is that to where, you're at a point of your life, you weren't, we said in the past interview, you weren't heavily recruited. You went to, a somewhat smaller school.
Yeah.
It's does it ever hit you man, people are paying me to wish them a happy birthday,
No, you're absolutely right. Because when I first signed up for that, I was like, "There's no way anybody's going to pay for this." I think my price point was at $10, just super cheap, and it was there's no way. And then little did I know, it blew up. I was getting tons of them, and I was like, "Dang, that's crazy!" So I raised my price a little bit more. I was still getting them. Raised my price a little bit more, still getting them, and now I've raised it a bunch more. It's just it blows my mind that there's that many people out there. Wanting to get these little shout outs or whatever. And what's really cool is I've gotten a lot of people who have gone through a lot of trauma or something happened to them and they reach out and these type of messages are really helped them get through some stuff. And it's really cool, honestly.
Yeah, and I know we've used it before. For example, a kid from my church who I don't get to see anymore. They moved, and he has somewhat of a condition, but not a big one. But and he's a huge Giants fan. They're all from the San Jose family, and that just made the kid's day. And I think that's something that's pretty cool that you do. And we're definitely got to book you for this interview. But as long as you don't go to Terrell Owen and Dennis Rodman prices of like $500.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I couldn't believe it, man. Like, I raised my price from like $10 to $15, and then now I'm at like $25. That for me even was like a big jump. But yeah, I see some guys $500, $600. That's crazy.
Yeah, and then I saw them advertising on Facebook, and they were, instead of using someone who's doing real well like Terrell Owens or something, they were doing Tommy Lee. I was like, what is this? I can't believe they're using that as their advertisement.
Yeah, that's hilarious, yeah.
So I noticed it was your birthday a couple weeks ago, August 21st.
Yep.
And that actually happens to be my dad's birthday. So
nice.
Are we doing a joint birthday party next year?
Oh, absolutely. Maybe you guys might have to make it a Giants training camp. Then we can.
All right. I'll send you the bill.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. We're gonna finish it up here. So, what are your expectations from the year? Obviously, I'm not expecting you to predict a record or whatnot, but what is the locker room saying when obviously the politically correct answer is we take one game at a time. But what's the vibe in the locker room of what do we have in this team this year?
Well, I think the thing is that last year there was a lot of high expectations because we had so many playmakers on the team, and obviously we underperformed and weren't very good in the NFL. So I think this year everyone is taking kind of a more humble approach, and obviously we have a lot of new guys that have really good character, Nate Solder, Cody Latimer, a lot of these guys who are really, Michael Thomas, special teamer captain this year. All these guys have really good character, and a lot of them are just really humble guys. So, we're not so much talking, we want to win the Super Bowl. It's more so we just want to be the best we possibly can as a team and as this one team. And I think it's really created a really good atmosphere.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like you said, you guys have brought in a lot of leaders. Cody Latimer is somebody we've had on the show, and he's been on a Super Bowl team and knows what it takes. So I definitely think you guys have a lot of leadership and a lot of guys coming back like yourself who it's not just a lot of times you see new coaches come in and they strip everything down and start from new, whereas you guys have kept a lot of your guys. I think that holds a big season for you guys, man. But hey, Shane, I appreciate you coming on, man. You appreciate everything you do for us.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate you guys having me on the show.
For sure. All right, so everybody look out for Shane this season. He's playing fullback for the New York Giants. He's going to be playing a lot. That's Shane Smith, New York Giants. Thanks a lot, Shane.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.